It's January 12th, 2023. A Swiss hacker is aimlessly clicking through ZoomEye, a huge cyberspace search engine where you can find any information you want if it's exposed enough. She's bored, and has some free time. It's looking for exposed Jenkins servers, something that automates the development process of softwares. She isn't seeing much of interest until a word catches her eye. ACARS.
The digital link between transmissions from aircrafts and ground systems.
She sees an exposed Jenkins server with it. It's a server for Commute Air.
Commute Air started with a dream, a love for aviation, a passion for exploring the sky.
This individual is Maya Arsen Crimu,
/she.
and this isn't her first time hacking. She even has her own Wikipedia page. Crimu is described as a prolific hacktivist, with a focus on anarchy, anti-capitalism, and a spite against intellectual property. It has a firm belief for all code and documentation being up for public view. She believes that caring about nothing but profit definitely doesn't result in security. It's credited with the Nintendo Giga Leak and the Verkada hack. She knows how to get information, and she knows budgets are rarely ever spent on security. So here, Maya sits, scrolling through Commer's build workspaces. Crimu dives in. Almost everything it can find are small Spring Boot files. She sees one that seems promising. ACARS incoming. A directory pops up with a very specific file.
Application prod.properties.
In her own words. It couldn't be that easy, could it? Well, it sure is. She's engrossed in FileZilla, connected to a server that has active incoming and outgoing ACARS transmissions. At this point, Crimu reaches out to journalists. It's found what's considered to be a huge breach of US aviation data, and someone's going to want to hear about it. She sends her messages, and only falls further down the rabbit hole. Config files, credentials, APIs, crew rotations. She's got it all. Schedules for refueling, cancelled flights, updates on delays and leave times. It's updating right in front of its eyes. She's still waiting for journalists to swoop in when she spots it. 2 projects.
No fly comparison.
And
No fly comparison v2.
these lists are used for Commute Air to see if any of its crew have ended up on the list. And when Crimu goes to check the file, it gets deleted instantly. This is probably the most security these files have. It's been a few hours. Our hacker is in contact with a journalist. At this point, she's got access to the entire AWS infrastructure, and Comair has a lot of AWSs. Maya knows it's close to the real no-fly list, and she knows this is big. She finds the comparison files, and takes one last look at the repositories.
You've got mail.
There are 3 CSVs, and they were updated in July of 2022. NoFly.csv is an 80 megabyte file and has over 1.56 million rows of data. She scrolls over it and is able to confirm that this is, in fact, a no-fly list. Holy f***ing bingle. She has the real deal, and now needs to swim deeper into its code. She starts grabbing sample documents, reading the flight plans, and dumping DynaModB tables. It's got its hands on personal info too. Phone numbers, addresses, full names, pilot's license numbers, passport IDs, and much more. All of this uncovered in less than a day. All of this uncovered from a search engine and sifting through hours of files. Maya takes a victory photo with a Pokemon plushie for her blog. Her thoughts? I had owned them. Her blog documents this entire case, and the 3 easy steps to own an airline. these files hold a lot of power. Not only is it a massive breach of United States TSA, but a proof of putting profit over security. So what now? Maya is by no means a nefarious hacker. She doesn't want sensitive information going in the wrong hands, but knows it must be released to the public for transparency. On its blog, it offers the no-fly list to journalists, researchers, and trusted parties who have legitimate reasons to request the information. She also extends its Ko-fi, a way to support Maya's activism, as all of her research is for the betterment of public information and done for free. So, what's on the list? The Daily Dot, a website that was the first to be in contact with Crimeo, claims some of the members of this no-fly list include a recently freed Russian arms dealer and most of his aliases.
Victor Bout.
Members of the IRA.
Irish paramilitary organization.
And an 8-year-old boy. Many on the list were names with Arabic or Middle Eastern descent. Biases against the Middle East and Russia are clear among the 1 million entries. This discrimination is clear on their watch list too, according to the director of the ACLU. This isn't just based on ethnicity or descent. The watch list doesn't seem too fond of journalists either. The word of this release spreads like wildfire. Screenshots of Crimeo's blog are posted to Twitter. TikTok is reacting, as it does. Journalists are reaching out, and more articles are being posted. It's surreal. And Commute Air finally takes the stand. They say they're aware of a potential cybersecurity incident and declined answering specific questions, but have stated that the data that was breached was used as a testing server. After getting flagged of a possible threat, said server was taken down. They were made aware of the breach and have begun a full investigation. During their short interview with the same journalist that Crimeo was in contact with, the Daily Dot, Commute Air confirmed the legitimacy of the list. It is an official 2019 copy. This isn't the first time the no-fly list has been leaked by any means. This also isn't the first time that criticism and demand for publication have been called for. This data is not classified by any means, but it is meant to be kept secure and private, likely due to its mix of sensitive information and its biasing. And where do we go from here? As of January 24th, 2023, Maya is still active on its social media. No action has been taken against her for hacking into Comair's data. It is still welcoming legitimate parties to no-fly list for ethical use on her blog, and her own documentation of this event is still up. Commute Air seems to have acknowledged the mishandling of its hidden documents, and is looking for better encryption and cybersecurity for the future. According to CNN, Republican Congressman Dan Bishop, who sits in the House Homeland Security Committee, claims Congress will be coming for answers. The entire no-fly list, with 1.5 million entries, was found on an unsecure server by a Swiss hacker. Besides the fact that this is a civil liberties nightmare, how was this info so easily accessible? The world keeps spinning. I have been eSaturn. Please leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more deep dives or rabbit holes like this, subscribe.